G'day everybody, welcome to the House of Mario, the South Australian Nintendo podcast that is backed by a 120 Power Star rating. I'm your host Drew Agnew and the doors to episode 284 are open. Today on the show we're going to be talking about the games we've been playing and just have a good old time. It's going to be fun. And Josh, JT, how you going, mate?
Very well, Drew. Always a pleasure being on with you, the House of Murray, every Monday night. Yeah, we're just going to talk about what we've been playing. There's a few other things I want to talk about as well. We'll get into them
beautiful.
A little bit later.
Well, thank God for that, eh, Josh? You got some topics there. That's always nice. I'm the most unorganised show host of all time. And, no. At least there's someone here pulling their weight, you know? I've literally just been reading Cars 3 to Lucas. So that's what's on my mind. And, God, that's a book. Read it every night. Never get sick of it. Not once.
Cars 3 is a book. Is that what you said?
Cars 3, so the movie, in book form.
In book form, okay.
I seem to read it every night. If it's not that book, it's Cars 1.
Yep.
No, we don't. Do we have? Yeah, we have all the Cars movies as books. So I've never watched Cars 3 in my life, but I know the story very intricately.
Is because I watched the first movie and I enjoyed it, and then I think the second or the third one, they are spies and they grapple onto the side of a boat to infiltrate.
That's the second one. Is
that the second one? I kind of stopped watching after that. They're kind of like, okay, this is a bit too far for me in terms of the realm of like where I think they should go with animation and fun. I don't know why cars need to do that, but anyway, that's me being a Grinch about to kids animated movies. But
yeah, bloody Grinch, Josh.
I am.
When I was a kid, I was never into cars, like the movies Cars. I think did it miss our age group just by a little bit? I feel like.
Maybe. I think we would have been teenagers when it started. Early or... No, actually
not quite. Because my memories of Cars is going to Target and they had an Xbox 360 demo kiosk set up. This would have been in
2006 it came out, so we would have been 12.
Yeah, so it would have been 2006 because I remember going to get Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. It just released. I went to Target to go and pick it up. And... one of the cool kids, he was also there. So I remember trying to not make it obvious I was there to pick up Pokemon. You know, I went and got my copy, but then I saw him, so I sort of put it behind some DVDs or whatever. And we were hanging out, and there was an Xbox 360 demo kiosk set up, and it had the Cars game for Xbox 360. And I remember playing it and just being so impressed by how graphically nice it looked. So whenever I think of Cars, I always think of like cutting edge, wonderful looking graphics for like a racing game, and I would love to go back and look at that game now and just see how not impressive it is, but that's just what comes to mind is just a really nice pretty Cars game on Xbox 360. But look, I know all about Cars now. I'll tell you what, I watched the first movie for the first time, I don't know, this year, like all the way through. I watched the second one, not all the way through, but I've seen parts of it. It's like a James Bond spy thing, and I have not watched Cars 3 yet, but the time will come when that is a necessity. I'll be sat down and I'll get my education from my son, and that'll be good, but I haven't read the book every night. So
I did not know that was a thing, so that's interesting to know. There you go.
Cars 4 comes out next year, and Chantel's brother, Austin, he's 10 years younger than me. Massive Cars fan, loves it. He's going to go and watch it with his mates. He's 20 now.
Cool.
So, a little bit of a Cars renaissance for everyone.
I think we were Toy Story and Monsters Inc. And Finding Nemo. That was the big ones for us.
Finding Nemo, dude. Oh, I gotta love that. Yep. Love Finding Nemo. I had there was like a straw with Nemo on the end of it that I got out of a cereal box, and I carried that thing around like it was
a straw.
My favorite thing. Yeah, it was like a Nemo, just Nemo on the end of a straw. I got it from like a Kellogg's, I don't know, some cereal. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I love Finding Nemo. It was a good movie. Watched that a million times.
Yeah, well, is it this? I'm going to share my screen. I want to know.
Oh, show me. Show me. You just Google Finding Nemo straw.
Yep. Is that it there?
Oh, it might have been. I can't remember it that well.
Okay.
It's not what it was in my head thinking about it, but it probably is. I mean, it looks like it is. How much are they selling 2003 Finding Nemo Kellogg's straw for?
$2.75 each US.
Oh, beautiful.
It's not too bad.
Well, that's a nostalgic pickup for me right there.
Save up to 25% when you buy more.
Oh, I might just buy a box.
Buy 3 and they're $2.20 each, Drew. You never know when you might need a Finding Nemo straw, you know?
There'll be just a warehouse full of like this product that wasn't put into cereal boxes, wouldn't there? So there's this one here with what you're showing on the screen. It's great for audio listeners, but what Josh just showed me, there was no white. It was just an orange fish. But this other one, he has a bit of the white patterning on him as well. I feel like there was a bit more detail there when it came to Finding Nemo. But don't know.
There you go.
Who knows? Disney. I'm not really a Disney person anymore. I can't say I'm really.
I haven't seen any of the latest ones.
Yeah. When's the live action Finding Nemo going to come out? Just with like these fish just blabbing and flabbing about, just talking to each other, and it's just a mess. When's that going to happen? I'll go and watch that in the cinema, but I won't go and like live action Lion King. I'm like, I don't know.
There's a Mufasa animated movie coming later this year.
Is there?
And Michaela's keen for that. We saw an ad tonight and like, oh my god, this exists. So like a prequel to The Lion King, and not in like 3D animated. So it looks quite different to what obviously the 2D animated one would have been in the 90s.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They're playing a bit on nostalgia. The last Pixar movie that I really enjoyed was what is it? Inside Out. That one really resonated with me when I watched it. I think it came out like 2013 or whatever it was, and I went with a bunch of mates, and we all loved it because it just like spoke to our age group. So I think the new one came out, and it actually beat Mario, didn't it, in the box office as far as like dollars earned, which is crazy.
Inside Out too.
Yeah, I didn't realize it had that much cachet. I don't know.
I need to watch that one. I did enjoy Inside Out, but I haven't seen like Elemental. Lightyear was good. That flopped though. Turning Red, I haven't seen. Luca, what the hell's Soul? Onward, I've seen Toy Story 4. Incredibles 2, I don't think I've seen that.
I haven't either. I loved The Incredibles when I was a kid.
I need to see that. Coco, I've seen. That's quite beautiful. Finding Dory's good. The Good Dinosaur, I've not seen. Monsters University. Okay, there's a few here. Yeah, around there. Yep. All right, very good.
Catch up on your backlog. Sit down on your Disney Plus and just soak it up.
Correct.
All right, but that's enough Disney talk.
Bugs Life. Why isn't there a Bugs Life 2, Drew?
Is there?
No, why isn't there?
I don't know. know.
That'll happen. Anyway.
Is that Disney? Is Bugs Life Disney? I can't remember.
Yep. Ants was the other one you're thinking.
Oh, yeah, Ants, yeah.
Come on.
I feel like I can't remember, but I remember really liking both. I could have potentially preferred Ants.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bugs Life 2, where is that? That's begging to come back.
Bugs Life 2, yeah, sure, why not? Bring it all back. But enough Disney talk. I'm out of Lucas's room. I don't have to be reading Cars. I can talk to an adult about other manly adult things such as Super Nintendo
and Nintendo.
Just
hell yeah.
all of that great stuff. The Mario, the Legend of Zelda, that really manly adult series Pokemon, which is great. So let's talk about some of that. But before we jump into the rest of the show, let's do some housekeeping. You can leave a 5-star review on the podcast by going to Apple Podcasts or Spotify. That helps us get up in the algorithms, all of that. And, of course, just lets us know that you enjoy the show. And leave us a written review on Apple Podcasts really helps. Over on my YouTube channel, I've been putting out some videos, which I've been enjoying putting out. They've been a lot of fun. And you can also get the audio versions of those said podcasts on my personal podcast feed, which is the iDruby Gamescast, which is on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, etc., etc. I'd really appreciate the reviews on that one as well. Talked about it last week, but for a new podcast, it certainly helps people find that stuff. So go and check that out. And Josh, you've just had a new episode of Nintendvania go up today as of recording, so let us know about that one.
Yeah, I'm happy that one has come out and now available. I had Chris Ticehurst from Nintendo Ninja News be the special guest for this episode. We went over people's biggest Nintendo bucket list games, so sort of asked around for people's biggest Nintendo games they've never played and they want to play. Whether they feel it's because of the hype around it, maybe it sold a lot of copies and they've never played it. So we sort of went through a few different ones and some common themes, some common franchise IPs that seem to get don't quite get the love. So I tell you, there's not really any Mario games. People who want to play those games play them. So check that one out. We also had some fun talking about the games we've been playing, but also I've introduced a new segment into Nintendobania just with all the Switch successor hype. It's not the news like I cover, it's just covering the rumors. So we've got that in there as well. So check it out if you're so interested.
Yeah. And you sent me like the question for your show as a text message, and it got read to me through Siri because I had my AirPods in. So it's like a message from Josh. It's like, hey everyone. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, when I figured out it was just like a copy and paste of the question. You just, making sure that I saw it. But it's like, hey, everyone. I'm like, is this like a group chat? Is he announcing something? Is
what's going on?
So what's going on here? But, just looking for a question for your podcast. I'd like to imagine that everybody on your phone list was sent that question. So like your mum, dad, brothers, like just friends from work, bosses, whatever have you, just all got like, hey, what's the Nintendo game you haven't played? Or
my brothers would have understood it, and no one else except obviously you. You know what's funny? I sent it to you. I got your response, and I forgot to put it into the show notes. So I didn't even mention it in the. You're halfway through the recording right now. You said before we started, and
Josh, mate,
I got the Discord ones ready, and then I forgot to add yours. Yeah. So I'm very sorry for that. I felt very bad afterwards. Like, shit,
no, that's all right. Look, I've been there as well. I've certainly look, you got Discord, Twitter. You sort of like get all these sources together. Fuck, I missed the private DM. Yeah, so I've been there before. I get it, man. All right, I may as well say it here then.
Yeah, I was going to say it here.
Yeah, so I guess the game that is been on my bucket list has been like Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, since I've always sort of went the fire up Colosseum. I guess Colosseum's on there as well, but I have literally played it. Like I have actually picked up the controller and moved the character, but XD being the sequel, I just haven't got there yet.
Such a cool game. If you're a Pokemon lover as well, that's a big one. Big one. I feel people want to play.
I feel like I'm just saving it for like a time in my life where I'm truly depressed. Just real sad, and like nothing's going right. And then I can say to myself, what's your favorite generation of Pokemon, Drew? Generation 3, really loved it, man. It was a good time. It's like, well, what if I told you at the time there was a console, and in that generation there was actually 2 3D Pokemon games that have a different formula and are completely different to Pokemon games on just all consoles. What if I told you that and you could play them right now? So that'd be a lot of fun. So, well, here you go. Pokemon Colosseum, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness.
Go. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And what about if I told you, Drew, you've literally put them on your Steam Deck and you can play them like literally right now? So maybe I'm just trying to save my mental health. Maybe that's a bit of a last resort, just in case, just in case I'm frowning a little bit too hard and I pick up Pokemon.
Maybe. I don't know. They're very, very special place in my heart. I should check them out again soon. Just to go back, get my Spice controller out, plug in my GameCube, get it going.
Beautiful.
Yeah, love it.
You had a Spice Orange GameCube controller as a kid?
Yes. I had a purple, a silver, a Spice one, and then a few years later got the Emerald exclusive Japanese controller. So I got
I haven't heard of that one even.
Oh really? Keep talking for a second. I'll get it out.
Oh, please do. Because when you said Emerald, I'm just like, is it like Pokemon Emerald? If I could play Pokemon Emerald with an emerald-colored GameCube controller, now that's something else. Well, he's actually getting it physically. I thought he was going to do a little bit of a Google search, but he's getting it physically. That's going to be really exciting. I remember like the Emerald Game Boy Advance SP. That thing was stunning. I think my friend Ash Wallace actually has it. That'd be great. So you've got it there. Oh, yeah. So it's like it's hard to come through the camera, but it's like a little bit more teal. It's pretty kind of close to the actual.
Probably the color to describe it as.
It's close to teal. It's not emerald because
no, but that's what
even the green A button looks like a lot greener than that controller.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
great color though. Because
Because when you said Emerald, I imagined like the Game Boy Advance SP Pokemon Emerald Edition,
Yes.
like where it's that real vibrant green. I'm like, oh, yeah. Man, that would be something special.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
And obviously the Spice, which most people would have had as well.
Yeah, I love that Spice Orange. I've got
this was my controller. When me and my brothers played, it was this one here.
Nice, dude. I've got the Spice Orange GameCube now.
Yes.
I've been wanting to get that. What's it called? Flippy drive. Like to mod the GameCube. But it was just out of stock. Like it took for ages to come in. Now I've sort of forgotten about it. I got no idea whether I can get one yet or not. But certainly will be on the to-do list when I get around to it. But
nice.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right, Josh, what have you been playing this week? I'm keen to hear what you've been playing, what games you've been enjoying, and all that stuff.
Yeah, pretty bare bones for me this week. Just mainly Luigi's Mansion 2. So just slowly continuing to chip away at that one. I think I'm up to World 3 still. It's the abandoned mine shaft area. You go down the tomb and all that sort of stuff. So, I like getting, because there's certain quirks of the game to work out things to know. Okay, like you might need to like do things a certain way to progress through the game. And kind of like clicking a bit more with that. So that's made it a bit more enjoyable for me to traverse and get through. So that's been good. Just been busy with stuff outside of work, and having a little bit less time for games. But I'll do like a mission or two of Luigi's Mansion at night when I've got a bit of time and able to chip away at that. So that's been good.
Yeah, man.
That's mainly it.
You've been busy with like umpiring stuff because it's coming up to finals time. Is that a little bit busier, like when that happens, or
just extra sessions? And then the games are on like middle of the day they start, so you got to have time before and after. And then we had a quiz night Friday night. I went out to the showdown Saturday night, and then family dinner Sunday night. So it's just like, it's good stuff. It's just busy, less time to pick up the controller.
You're just too social, Josh. You're getting out, you're mingling with family, friends. You got your side hustle with your umpiring, you're working. I don't know, Josh. You need to just...
I know, I need to reprioritize, don't I? And focus on completing these Nintendo games.
That's right. Luigi's Mansion 2 ain't going to beat itself,
it's not going to beat itself. I'm getting there, though. So, definitely not my favourite Luigi's Mansion already. I know that. But still keen to progress through that. And I'm appreciating the small things in it, like Luigi rolling his eyes at EGAD, or just sort of groaning when he gets sort of teleported everywhere, it's getting told what to do. So there's a bit of I don't know, I'm appreciating the humor in it all. So it's been that, and then Tetris 99 had their Splatoon 3 side order event special weekend thing. So I every couple of months I dust off that game, play until I get the theme, and put it down. And it's just so hard. I struggle to get really high these days.
Yeah, what was your best position?
29, I reckon.
29, yeah.
Not good.
It's tough, isn't it?
Not good. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Like I've never gotten the win in Tetris 99, and
Same.
Now there's no chance. Like top 10 would be good. Like
yes.
Top 10 would be very good. But
yeah,
I think I might have gotten a second or a third. I've
had a few seconds. I could never got the first.
Yeah, no, the sort of sweat starts, piling up on the forehead. You're like, your little Joy-Con buttons just can't handle the pressure.
Yeah, and it's like that with F-Zero 99 now as well, because I had like 4 wins, I reckon, in the first week or so when that game came out, and since playing it afterwards, I can barely get into the top 10, and you're not going to win it because people who still play it to this day are just sort of that much better now, and they just can't keep up.
I don't know if there's just a part of the community that's just like, all right, we're going to just be so good at this game and we're never going to leave. So
just choose one game and then just play it all the time.
Yeah. And
it's just become crazy, but obviously understand that other people do that. I just couldn't do that.
You think if you went on just like at a random time, maybe not during like this event, but at another time where it's a little bit slower, some of these people wouldn't be online. Like you can capture time where it's like you got all like the noobs coming online or something like that.
I don't know. There's always a region with these people. There's going to be some in Japan, some in the States, some in Europe. It's going to be tough. Tough to find the time.
With something like Call of Duty or even Mario Kart or something like this, the best time to play is Christmas Day. So Christmas Day, the kids are getting online like, oh, look, I got this new Call of Duty game. Yep. And you've been playing for a couple of months. You've prestiged. And you just go, you're getting headshots just popping off these. Yeah, you're just like messing them up. So is there a time where, say, kids or people that haven't played the game would be signing up to Nintendo Switch Online and jumping into Tetris 99?
Maybe. I would like to know it. But if it's like 3 a.m. in the morning for me, it's just not going to happen. I don't know if I care enough to get that win, to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know.
Yeah. See, I feel like this is like, you're sort of like threading the needle through the matrix. So you look up like, when did Nintendo Switch Online come out? Like, when they had to pay. So there'll be like an hour where people's subscription lapses. So those people can no longer get online. And then that's your time to like go in there and just, get rid of those lines, get the win and get out before their subscription renews, before they fill up the bank account with a bit more cash and get their subscription going again and they come in. So yeah, that might be what it takes. Just playing the long game and making, use your mind outside of the game as well as in the game. I think that's what it might take.
Maybe. Because I would like to get a win, but it's just it's going to take something like that and being very good at the right time for it to all line up. I don't know. Just seems like a dream. Not going to happen.
I think it's a pipe dream at this time, Josh.
Yeah, correct.
Sorry, mate.
Correct.
You're going to have to choose a new game. What's the latest and greatest game, new game you can go check out? Concord, actually. Something like that. That comes out soon.
I'm not playing Concord. Nope.
No, not playing it.
No, it interests me, the trailer. Sorry, the trailer. Yes, the trailer interested me. Then I found out what type of game it was. I'm like, no, I'm good. Thank you, but no thanks.
Yeah, when you see a really nice story trailer from Sony, you're like, oh, nice.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
No.
I want to give it a go. I downloaded the beta but never got around to it. I hope there's a demo or something. I'd like to play it because it appeals to what appeals to me is just, PlayStation. I'm a fan of PlayStation. And I would like to have one of these games in my arsenal to jump into. I don't want to jump into something that's been around for years, even like something like Fortnite that's fairly accessible. I don't really want to jump into that. So, I'm kind of, if it's a good game and I've got some friends to play with, I'm kind of all about it. It's just I would like to give it a go beforehand. That isn't a beta. But, yeah. And by the way, I still do want to play Helldivers 2 with you. It hasn't worked. Have you returned it? I hope you haven't returned it.
No, I still got it.
Still got it. Okay, let's play it sometime.
Yeah.
Because I've had the itch to play it. I just don't want to. Yeah, just got to organise a time and a place. And
I'm keen for it. Keen to give it a go.
Go and kill some bugs and some robots. So that sounds like fun because we're not against each other. We're not against other people. It's just against just for PvE. Is that what the kids call it? Player versus everyone.
Yep.
PvP, player versus player. See, I know, I hear other people talk about it a lot, but I never, I'm so not a multiplayer gamer.
Same.
We're Nintendo fans. We're like, oh, look, it sucks anyway, so we might as well just play by ourselves.
Yeah.
It's funny how it sort of molds you in some ways, though, because it really kind of does mold you, what you like to play. Like, if you play on a Nintendo platform, you probably pick it up when other people come over, but you're not really jumping online because to us, online is just seeing what other people are playing on their friends list. That's all the online.
That's all it is. Yeah, correct. And then I see them, and then I talk about. I know what to talk to them about. Like, oh, how's this game? I saw you on playing that. Blah, blah, blah.
A bit of an icebreaker. Be like, hey,
that's
Josh, I saw you playing Hentai Puzzle 12. Nice stuff, man. How's that going?
Ooh, I forgot to put it on private when I played that.
Yeah, you didn't.
Oopsie.
Get any puzzles put together? Any screenshots?
Nope.
No.
Is that what you do in that game? Okay.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yep. Okay.
Crazy.
No. But yes, on that successor, Switch 2 maybe, if the online's better. Might be more
You
of
better
that.
share entire puzzles with each other. You could do them together even.
I was definitely talking about that still. Yes.
We could be in voice chat on our Switch 2s, not with the mobile phone app, being like, hey, mate, maybe put that jigsaw puzzle in the top left. I reckon that one goes there. I reckon that's a kneecap. Put that one up there. Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Nice. Yeah. Well, good stuff, Josh. You've had a nice quiet week as far as gaming goes.
Yes. How about you,
But
though?
I've had a relatively quiet week until, I guess, till the weekend. I had a couple of nights to play. I played a bit more Cat Quest 3. I've been enjoying it. It's fairly different from the other two in some ways, just in the fact that it doesn't lead you exactly where you need to go, which it's good because it makes you explore, makes you look around the map, interact with things. But I kind of enjoyed just the laid back, really sort of casual approach the first two took, where, you know, if you needed to find something where it's like you start a side mission and it says, oh, look, you need to go and talk to this person or kill this mob of enemies, it kind of shown you where it was. Whereas in this one, I started the game and wherever I went, everything was like fairly over leveled to where I was. And I couldn't find an area that was within like 10 levels of me. So it was a little bit grindy for what I was expecting compared to the other two, because in Cat Quest 1 and 2, you set off from the very start, you know, you're beating up enemies that are level 1, 2, maybe level 10. And then you get to like areas where you get level gated. It's like, oh, look, I've got to get out of here. And you might take one on, so you get more experience, and that, that gives you a bit of a dopamine hit. Like, oh, look, I took down a level 20 when I'm only level 5, and you got like a good amount of experience, and that's a lot of fun. But this one, I was sort of forced to do that in a lot of places, and the first little bit, I was a little bit frustrated. It's like, oh, look, I'm getting, like, I can beat them, but it involves a lot of, like, going up to them, hack, then, like, run away when they're about to do their attack, keep running away until they get their opening, and it's just like, it wasn't all that fun. So, and even now, like, everything's still, like, 5 or 7 levels above me. Like, everything seems to be like level 35, and I'm, like, level 25, like, even. So I'm not, I don't know if I'm just missing like the low level area, but yeah, there was a lot of just like hitting and running away, which I didn't experience in the first game. But this game, you can tell a lot more sort of energy, well, not energy, but a lot more sort of polish went into it. It's the third game in the series, so the changes from the first to second game are a lot smaller compared to the second to third game, where the dungeons are a lot different. They're a lot more unique as you're going through. There's different sort of buildings you can take down. There's lots of side quests and all of this to do. So I'm really enjoying it. I love the pirate theme, the boats that are introduced in this game. We can sail around the seas and shoot cannonballs at other boats and all of this. So really enjoying it. I'll talk about it more when I actually beat the game, but it's a really good game. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, nice.
And,
just got to find the area where your level is the same as everyone else.
Yeah, I'll eventually catch up. A couple of the bosses, man, I was just like, just because you get a ranged weapon in this game as well, where you can swap with X, and you swap between your ranged and your melee weapon.
Yeah,
and you start off with like a pistol which just shoots bullets. I'm like, oh, this is cool. It shoots real fast, but I ended up going with like the magical rod weapon. And there's an ice rod, there's fire rod, and I forgot the element that the one I like is. It's not like fire or ice or something simple. It's something a little bit different, but it's got like a bit of a combo to it where if you press it, it like shoots off its shots. But on I think at the third or fourth shot, it produces like this orb that slowly like tracks your enemy.
Yeah.
So I found like a bit of a system when I'm really trying to beat these enemies that are really overpowered compared to me. But I use a lot of these rod shots from far away. It produces these orbs that sort of track the enemy. And then I go in, hack with my sword. And these other orbs are also doing damage. So it's like a bit of a combo that I've worked out to try and get around this level gating that I've come across.
Yeah,
but
cool.
I haven't heard anyone else really talk about the game, so I don't know if anybody else has had that sort of problem towards the start, but it was definitely something that I noticed from playing the other two, where I'm like, never had this in the first one. I had a choice to go to a higher level area, but there was certainly enemies that are around my level. But Yeah, just a beautiful game. I can't wait to play some more. Hopefully, I get to play some more tonight if we finish the podcast at a reasonable hour. But I want to talk about another game. This is something that I didn't know about going into this month. I found out about it just on the Steam store. I played this on Steam Deck, and this was already a month that had so many games that I wanted to play. Obviously, Cat Quest. I bought SteamWorld Heist 2. I've been looking forward to getting into that. I'll get into that once I beat Cat Quest 3. And there's a game called Dustborn. It comes out tomorrow, I think, which is like a story-based hack and slash superhero choice-based game. I don't really know much about it, but just looking at the trailer, it looks like my cup of tea. But I came across this game. It's called Farewell North. And it grabbed my attention because you get to play as a border collie dog. And when I looked at the trailer, man, like it's a really beautiful game. Now, the graphics are pretty simple, but the art style is really striking. And in the trailer, you're running around as this border collie. You're rounding up sheep. You're rounding up cattle. You're doing all these different things, Mike. We've had so many great cat games with Stray, Little Kitty, Big City. And Cat Quest. So I had plenty of cats in my life, but actually getting to play a dog game was pretty cool. So jumped into it. It's a game made by one person and contractors, but one person, Kyle Banks, made the game. And the whole sort of idea of the game, it's an emotional story-based game. Took me about 5 hours to beat, but along the way, it's also like open world, very small open world. But the game's based in the Scottish Isles. So you're traveling like between islands in a canoe, and the game tells you where you need to go for the main story, but it also has other isles that you can go to for side quests and things. And I did a few. I didn't do them all, but they lead to all like pretty sweet story moments between you, who is a dog, and you've also got your young lady companion as well, who's on the journey with you.
Yep.
And the whole idea of the game is it's a game about letting go because the girl's mum, she passed away, and she's gone back home, and the dog you're playing as was her dog. So the game's about just letting go, coming to terms with losing a loved one and all of that. And by the end of the game, I was sitting in bed. Chantel was asleep. I had my Steam Deck, and I was like tearing up.
Oh,
like it was it's an amazing game. Like the fact that it's solely made by one person. Like I said, like the music and other things have been outsourced, and all of that. But this game is truly a work of art. Like it's just the story it tells and how it tells it with the gameplay, the open world, how you're able to have choices and choose your side quests and all that. Just a very special game, and it's something that I had not heard of at all until I was just on Steam. Just, this game looks cool. Oh, it came out today. And decided to download it, and it was just an absolute joy. So
yeah, nice. That's awesome.
I'd love to get Kyle on the podcast. Actually, that'd be a lot of fun. I would love to talk about it with him.
Farewell North, is that the game?
Yeah, Farewell North. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and for me as well, like a border collie dog doing sheep work and all of that. It's it's on the other side of the world. It's in Scotland, but it's also something that's like it's cool seeing that represented in the game. Farming and being a farmer and all of that. It was really nice to see. So yeah, definitely a recommendation. The game is on Switch. It's on Xbox and PC as well. So yeah, this is a pickup if you're into this type of game. If you're into a story that that will move you. If you like dogs, if you're into puzzles as well, very light puzzles. There's nothing too taxing. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, so I was able to get through it with no scratching my head, being like, oh, what do I do now? It's very simple puzzles. Even some puzzles actually reminded me of what you're doing in Hellblade. If anybody out there has played Hellblade on Xbox, similar puzzles where there's some where the bridge breaks up and you need to get to a different perspective to see it in the right perspective where it's put together. Then it goes back and you can progress with the story. And then there's other sort of segments as well where you've got to like enlighten a flower and it produces light and you're able to like move it to where you need to be to open up the gate to go to the next area, which is pretty cool. Because largely the game is in like black and white, and then once you get to an area and you're able to like, I don't know how you put it, bring back emotion or just bring light back to the area, then like the area becomes in full color. And when it's in color, man, it's just a really nice looking game. Like you're not going to be able to, it is like a pretty, like just graphically, it's a pretty basic looking game. It's made by one person. The budget is to be expected, but it's still very visually striking. Yeah, no, it's very, very nice looking. Like, yeah, that's what sort of drew my eye when I saw the game. So, man, worth a pickup, worth supporting, an indie developer. It's
Nice.
it's in my top 5 for this year, definitely. Like, I haven't put it in my like ranking yet. I finished it last night, and I want to like let it sit just for a minute before I put it somewhere. But this could be a top 3 game for me. I think like this is it's a really great game, dude. Like,
Cool.
yeah, just a real surprise. Like, this is what I love the most about gaming. Like, what is this? Like, one person set off to make just a real work of art, and I love that video games can be that. I love that we can be talking about like the latest commercial product from Nintendo or whatever have you. But when it's like one person who sets out to make something special, like it's amazing. It really is. I just like the creative that goes behind stuff like this, and it happens more often than not, and a lot of people don't experience a lot of them, myself included. Like, how many games would just be incredible out there that are made by one or a team of 5 people or whatever have you that just go under the radar? So just the fact that this game really sort of stood out to me this much, I just want at least one person who hears me say this, like, yeah, go and check it out. I bought it on Steam, mainly because I am playing the Steam Deck at the moment. I'm just seem to be drawn to that device at the moment. I go through phases of what I'm playing. But it also was 20% off on Steam as well. So I got it for $28. On Switch, it's $35. Same on Xbox. So that they don't have the introductory sales. And I understand that, like, for an experience that's 5 hours for the story, and if you want to experience all the side quests and that, I can see this probably adding like another 5 to 8 hours, like just going around cleaning stuff up, doing collectibles and all of that stuff. I can see that being like maybe a hard ask if you're putting money aside for Zelda and you're keen for Astrobot and you're getting all these games. There's so much coming out next month. Next month is going to be crazy, but certainly worth it for your wish list, if anything. Yeah, just fantastic. And I'm happy to see on Steam that I think I saw that there's 80 something reviews and it's still at 100% positive reaction on Steam.
Cool.
So yeah, I think Kyle, the developers, just through the moon as far as the critical receptions are going for his game. So yeah, check it out if you can, if you want to, and if you love dogs, it's a no-brainer. Like, there aren't many options where you get to run around as a dog, and this is one of them. So
that's awesome. It would be great if you got Kyle on in some shape or form to talk to him about it. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll send him a message. I'll use the internet. I'll put I'll get my typing fingers going, and I'll send him a message. If he says no, I'll be like, that's fine, man. If he said yes, I'll go,
lost
that's
nothing.
Good, man.
That's it. Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've been playing. I haven't. I really don't want to get back to Luigi's Mansion 2. I'm kind of dreading it. Like, I think I've let it go for the time being. I'm just like,
yeah. If you don't keep up and it takes too long, then it goes. Then you're done.
Yeah, but I wasn't enjoying it that much anyway. That's why. It's not just I forgot about it. It's just like, it was feeling like a chore. It'll be really interesting. I've got to go back to my 3DS copy, which is up in the cupboard packed away. I wonder if I stopped playing at the exact same mission.
Yeah.
It could have been. I don't know. I've sort of had my fill, man. Like, it's been played it for 5 or 8 hours or whatever it's been. I've sort of done enough. I don't need anymore.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And there's definitely no shame in not finishing games. There's a big stigma around that when I don't think that should be the case. And if you get your time out of it, get everything you want to or need to out of it, then be done with it. So, that's just how it goes. Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, so that's the thing as well. Like my idea for August was going to be like, all right, let's go back. Let's do some longer games. Let's do Paper Mario and let's do Stellar Blade.
Yes.
And I'm looking at my phone now. I can't believe it, but it's already the 19th of August.
I know.
I'm like, where has the friggin' month gone?
Where's the month gone? Yeah, that's right.
But actually, that has reminded me. I am actually playing another game. I've only put like 4 hours into it though, and I've been meaning to play Persona 3 Reload all year, but I'm just waiting for the right time for it. And since I've been playing so many short games, I was in the mood for a longer game. And on Steam, they did have a really good sale for the Persona games. So Persona 3 Reload, I got it for $65 instead of 110 or whatever that game usually goes for. So really nice discount. So all right, it's finally time. Bought it, and I've done 4 hours, which is like 0.1% of that game. It's a long game. It's a Persona game. So I've pretty much done the tutorial probably, or maybe half the tutorial. I don't really know, but I've been enjoying it. It's been interesting. I'm just learning my ropes. When I first fired it up on the Steam Deck, it was running well, but then I got to like a part of the city where it's pretty, a lot of people going around, all of this, and the game went down to like 7 frames per second. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. So I did a quick Google search and I just had a look at reflections. I just had to turn off the reflections and then it's playing at 60 frames per second. I'm like, good. I was a little bit worried there. I was like, is this actually not going to work? But it's been great having that in handheld mode. It's going to be good having a big long game to dive into. And I've been really enjoying like the battle system, learning about that. I got no idea about the weaknesses. All this is kind of like, it's a little bit like Pokemon, I guess. You got different elements. Some are strong against others. Some are neutral. Some don't hurt them at all. And I've got no idea, like, when I look at, like, the types. Because it's not like Pokemon. You can look at Bulbasaur and be like, oh, look, he's a grass type. And Charmander's got fire on his tail. He's probably fire. Probably burns the grass. You can sort of work it out like that. But in this game, you got, like, this sludge mummy coming out the ground. I'm like, all right, what are you? I've got no idea. When I look at me, like my persona, and in the menu it says like, oh look, that's an ice type, that's a fire type, so I can work out what my attacks are. But yeah, when I'm looking at like another enemy, I'm like, I don't know what you are. So I did there's been a couple of Google searches which is like, what is this monster weak against? And it's like, oh look, it's weak against ice. Oh, I've got a nice attack, cool. But yeah, I've got a little bit to learn about just like the elements, the battle system, all of that thing. But just amazing music so far, as expected from Persona. Yeah, and, I really look forward to getting into a bit more of a long game.
Yes, put some hours into that.
Yeah, but this Farewell North game just sort of came out of nowhere, and I'm like, all right, that took my game time up the last couple of nights, which has been good. But I have to get back to a couple of these other ones as well.
So, Can you fit it all in?
So that basically means no Paper Mario. I don't know if I'll get to it. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I don't think I will. Even if I save it, I will. I think that's a bit wishful thinking. I think some of this talk about just how it sort of gets stretched out and all of this. I'm like, I don't know if I need to do like chapter 3 and these things. Bit of a slog. I don't know. I think that puts me off a little bit. There's just so much choice that I have. But I don't know. You've got to talk me back into it, Josh. Why should I pick up Paper Mario this week?
I'm not going to do that.
You're not going to talk me back into it? You don't want to talk me back into it?
Well, I don't want you to play something you don't want to. So leave it all up to you. If you feel so inclined to get back into it, then so be it.
So be it. Okay.
But it's a great game, obviously. And you know that.
I know that. Yeah. I just feel like Thousand Year Door. It's been on my backlog so long. Why don't I just leave it there longer?
Wait a bit longer. Yep. No harm there.
Correct. Yeah, just be another 20 years and I'll be like, look, I'll play Paper Mario Thousand Year Door and it gets another remake. Oh, we'll wait for that one to come out and I'll buy that one. No. Or I could get a nice Just get a GameCube copy. Has that come down in price? Have you noticed any price listings?
I think it might have. Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, because it's so prevalent now, legally. I don't really look at that stuff anyway, day to day. So, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I haven't done any second-hand shopping for a little bit. Had my dash at the toy fair. They got it out of my system, I think.
Drew, we've a new date announced. Adelaide Comic and Toy Fair, 7th of October. You're going to come? I know you're not.
No. No, I won't. Are you going?
Of course I'll be there.
Mm.
Labor Day Monday. So,
Ooh.
if you got time.
I don't.
Do you want to go?
No, I wouldn't mind going, but I got nothing on the wish list, that's for sure. Do you have anything on your wish list when you're going, or are you just looking for old stuff that strikes your eye at a price?
The same old Amiibo, GameCube, older inbox games, and then anything else I find interesting. There's always little things.
A man of taste, I say.
Always.
Hello, sir. What are your finest GameCube games you have? Oh. Then he just gets out of breath. Goes, whoa! I've got Animal Crossing non-platinum edition for $200, and of course, I've mint condition Luigi's Mansion.
I've got it all, man. I've always unless I had a Chibi Robo on GameCube for a somewhat reasonable price, but that's not going to happen, is it? Doshin the Giant. I want Doshin the Giant. I should have bought it for $70 like 8 years ago when I had the chance.
Should have. But you didn't.
I didn't.
Was that released in Australia? Because I know it's a Europe exclusive.
Think so. But yeah, got to get the PAL European version.
Tough times.
No. Yep. No. I'm not really looking for anything particular, but I always find something.
Yeah, I can't do it. So that was bad for the wallet that weekend.
You spent so much. That was inspiring to see. You're like, yes, this and this and this and this, and you just you got a whole trolley worth of shit by the end of it. It was amazing.
That's what I mean. I can't do it again. I had all that energy just built up over months of just watching people retro shop on YouTube and stuff, and can't do that more than once a year, that's for sure.
Have you played any of the stuff?
No. No, I haven't, because why haven't I? I don't know why I haven't. Well, truth be told, it was just it was certainly at a bad time when I was literally packing up my stuff.
Yeah.
So the idea of getting more was an interesting time. But one day, I just sort of the year picked up as well. It's when everything new was coming out, and I've gone back to my backlog, but it wasn't wasn't the physical stuff. I got some the Batman games I want to play, which I will play on 360. Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2. I got that on 360. That stuff I'll play. I got that copy of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team on Game Boy Advance. I will play that one day. It's all stuff like
It's on NSO now as well.
Yeah, it is. It is. So no, it's in the storage.
Well, one day.
One day, you never know.
No, that's right.
But so anyway, that's what I've been playing, Josh. You mentioned at the start, but a little thing on the back of your throat you wanted to get out for us to talk about. Yes.
So we've got the Nintendo Direct tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, for the Nintendo Museum in Kyoto.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to watch this live? Because it comes out at 7:30 a.m. for us, which is a pretty good time.
Probably not live. No. Probably not live, but I will watch it, definitely. I'm keen to see what I'll miss out on, because I won't go to Japan anytime soon.
Yep. I'm keen to see it because I will be there in Feb next year, in March. So I want to, this opens up just in time, as does Donkey Kong at Universal Studios. They'll open just in time. So
wonderful. You're going to have so much fun, yeah.
I can't wait.
So what are your predictions? What are your hopes and dreams for this Direct as far as what's going to be announced?
Yeah.
Obviously, when this episode comes out, the Direct would have already happened.
I'm really hoping they announce a Switch successor and all the games.
I do too. I really expect that. I hope like the first thing is like, this is the Nintendo Museum, and the camera just goes through the front doors, and it's like, this is the piece, Nintendo Switch 2, which is actually coming out in the future. We have future items at this museum too.
Yeah, I love that. Like they're like, oh shit, like that's already in a display cabinet, and they're not meant to have like shown that on the video, but it's there, and then no, yeah, there it is. That's what it looks like.
Just Farakawa just next to it, like,
yeah,
oops.
I just love that. I had to clarify with that tweet. There's no Switch successor stuff here, but that tweet doesn't mean that there's no Switch game stuff coming, because it didn't say that. So we could get Switch, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, more news tomorrow. We're not, but
yeah, sure.
Virtual tour. So I'm really excited to see what they do, because it's Nintendo's got such a varied and incredible history, not just the video games, but the stuff they did before. So I really keen to see how they give people the interactive experience. Imagine you could it's like at the Louvre if they gave everyone 3DSs to experience the the Louvre and all the things you could do there with the audiobook. I think that was part of it. What if they have a cool Nintendo contraption people get and can experience the museum in certain ways? I don't know. Just it could be a really, really awesome experience.
Yeah, I could imagine like a lot of interactive things. I forgot where it was, but there's somewhere in the US. There's an interactive like video game museum, somewhere in the US, I think.
Okay,
but that place looks amazing, dude.
Same kind of thing.
Yeah, what you can do there, like not just like picking up a console and playing it, but what they do. So you can imagine like a Nintendo made one about them, just like what they could potentially do. Like they could have like rooms where like game designers are dedicated to like making like a real experience around a certain platform or toy or game or whatever, and it's like an interactive experience where you're actually there in the room. And I don't know, there could be like some really eye-opening things that really make us all jealous if we can't make it there, which would be awesome. So I don't think it would just be a museum where it's like, you're walking around, arms between you, behind your back. You're like, read the signs. Oh, yeah, this was an NES cartridge from 1983, and this was a Super Famicom game, and it's pretty old. It's just like, I don't know.
Lick the game cartridge. Guess which generation it's come from. Get to the Switch game cards. Oh yeah, I know that one. I know that bitterness.
Oh yeah, that's some Super Smash Brothers right there.
That's right there. Yep.
That flavour won't evade me. That was a classic. Good tasting. Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be anything like that. So keen.
So when's your honeymoon? Are you going straight after your wedding, or are you?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Bit under 3 weeks. About 20 days.
I'll have to put myself in your briefcase. So sneak over.
You're always welcome in my briefcase, Drew. You know that.
Always. Oh, well, that's good, man.
Yeah. Michaela won't mind, the three of us.
I'll just tag along.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's only a honeymoon.
I'll be like the annoying kid, like, oh, Josh, Michaela, can we go get some ice cream?
No, we'll be the annoying kids because we'll want to go to Nintendo Universal, and then we'll want to go to Nintendo Kyoto, then Nintendo Osaka, and then the Nintendo Museum, and then the Nintendo Hotel in Kyoto where the company was founded, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Michaela will come.
I'll be the adult, mate. No, I want to go and look at Toyota. I want to look at the cars. Toyota. I want to look at the what about Mitsubishi? I want to look at Mitsubishi. I don't want to look at these bloody jumping Nintendo characters.
Okay, maybe stay home then. All right, that might be fun.
Fair enough. I'll stay home.
Yeah. The other thing was the Pokemon World Championships. I don't look a lot at this, Drew. Is this something you look at a lot over the weekend?
Not this year. I'm just sort of, I'm a little bit tapped out of Pokemon. We talked about it a bit last week, but the year leading into Scarlet and Violet, I did watch it then. I really love the competitive scene, but the competitive scene in Scarlet and Violet, I haven't paid attention to it just because of what Scarlet and Violet is. Like, I put a lot of time into competitive and watching competitive in Sword and Shield. I feel like that was a really good time for competitive battling. Because with Sword and Shield, they brought along a lot of new features that really sort of made it easier to make competitive teams. With just like dividing up your EVs and easily training up Pokemon to level 100 and just a bunch of stuff they introduced to make it a lot easier. But just with Scarlet and Violet, I just don't feel like putting that much time into it to make a team. So
no, fair enough.
I've just fallen off of it, unfortunately, because I think the competitive Pokemon scene's really cool. Like what they do and the strategy of it goes into it, and especially like when you see like the kids like really put together awesome teams. I think that's really special. When you see there was a year when like a 7-year-old girl won the juniors, which was like her team, dude, was just like so impressive, and the stuff she was pulling off. She was like doing switch outs and all of this stuff, which was really cool. That was a year with Sword and Shield when that was going off.
Yeah,
because I was going to go and check out the qualifiers in Melbourne in 2020, but we know what happened then.
Yes,
it's 2020. But yeah, man, Sword and Shield. I was really into the competitive Pokemon. I was watching YouTubers do their own little leagues. I was watching Pokemon Worlds do their stuff.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So, you're pretty big into it.
Yeah, but yeah, I've fallen like right off of it. So yeah, I don't know. It is still going because there's all that sort of talk about there's going to be game announcements or updates on games at the closing ceremony. Has that happened? Because I've seen all of the Pokemon trading card stuff come out.
I think just that's coming out end of October or something.
Yeah, the 30th of October, which I saw. So that's cool. That little app looks like fun. Bit of a dopamine hit each day, opening a couple of packs.
Yeah, I'm keen to try it out. You know, I've never gotten to the trading card game. Obviously, for a few reasons, but firstly because of the slippery slope. But this is, probably going to
slope, mate.
Just
a slope.
I want to play with the app. It's probably going to get me in, and it's going to start something. I hope not, but potentially.
Yeah. Well, I think you get 2 free packs a day, so that's pretty cool. That's like right. It's a fun little thing just to.
I'm happy to
pick
sort of
up
keep that going.
Yeah. So yeah, and also I think it'd be fun too to get more into actually playing. I think in this app they're introducing a way where it's a lot more streamlined, so you can play quickly with other people. Like if you're on the go and you see someone who's like wants to do a little quick card game.
Yeah,
I think you can do that. So that'll be fun as well, getting into the card game, because the apps that they've had in the past, like they've always been. Like for one, like as an Apple user, they're like iPad only for whatever reason. And then like they're always so slow and chunky and just, it was made by the Pokemon company, nothing to do with Nintendo. So it was always just like, just technically it was like, just missing. It was missing a lot. So it just felt very uninspired. And it didn't feel like Pokemon. I feel like a lot of Pokemon products, they don't feel like Pokemon, just from the characters and the artwork and everything. It's just like, no, it feels very uninspired for what Pokemon should be. Don't know. That's just me, but this will be fun. I'm keen to give it a go. Sorry, I'm impatient for this this card app. Let's play it. But
cool, nice.
I think I didn't actually watch the trailer, but was it Dynamax? Is that coming to Pokemon Go as well?
I'm not sure. The trading card game was the extent of what I saw. So I haven't seen the other mobile announcements.
So that's the thing we talked about last week. I won't get into it, but like they're talking about, here's updates to our games, and they're all just like all free to play mobile games. So okay, like I don't know, even like for kids as a parent, I'm not that keen to be like, all right, kids, here's free to play microtransaction games. Get into this. Like it's not that appealing as a parent either. And it's not appealing to me as a lifelong Pokemon fan as well. So I don't know. It's not really hitting any of my pressure points there. And it's pretty easy to hit them. They're right here, mate. Pressure points are on the vein, right?
Yeah, well, fair enough.
Just waiting for it to be slapped.
It's this bit of a Pokemon Presents, effectively. All this stuff here. The roundup. Okay. I saw a bit of complaints about uh, the World Championships are in the US for the next 2 years.
Oh, it's the complaints. Yeah, that's fair enough. It's kind of like the Olympics. If they're just like, hey, look, it's in the same country for the next 2 times. It's like, oh, fair enough. Obviously, yeah, it happens every year, so it's not like the Olympics every 4 years. But
Yeah, and then I think someone's like for the 20 years or so, the World Championships have been a thing. 18 of them have been in America.
oh, really?
So it's a bit of a,
Yeah.
it's not really global.
Yeah, well, truth be told, the most amount of players who play the game are in the States. It's just, it's what it is. It's where the people who play the game are. And for the people, for the event to get the people that, the turnout that they want, they're going to get way more in the States, in these major cities. So, obviously Japan, but if you get, like, where else? You got Japan and the US, where else would you take it? Like, anywhere in Europe, probably, nowhere near the amount of turnout. Australia is just 100% no-go. That's just not going to happen. It's just the reality of their audience, really.
Yeah, which, I think, I get. I'm just surprised it's been that much in the US. And when, Japan is, an option, and then, even the UK or something, I thought that could be pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Even just from like a visual point of view, like how they do that great artwork about the country that it's based in. That's always nice.
Yeah.
Because at the moment it's based in Hawaii. It's cool to see all that artwork come out of like all the, I guess, Alolan inspired artwork, which is really cool. Going back to Alola, since that's a region that's based on Hawaii.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. I don't know.
But it went to Japan for the first time last year, and then it was Canada in 2013.
That was Canada, really?
And UK in 2022.
And apart from that, it's just been all Japan.
All in the States.
I'm surprised it went to Canada. That's a interesting one.
Yeah. Yeah, in Vancouver.
I wonder what their Canadian player base for competitive battling is. I guess it's also different now. Like, it's not just the game. It's not just the mainline games. It's Pokemon Go. It's the card game. Is that it? Oh, your Pokken tournament. That's stopped. That was a thing that's been going on for a long time, but that's no longer. But I guess it's just those 3 now. But are you going to be entering the World Championships next year? Going to be going to the States after your honeymoon?
Nope, unless I really go on a slippery slope after downloading Pokemon trading card game Pocket later in October. We'll never know.
That'd be amazing.
The future is for us to determine. But can you imagine? No.
Such a slippery slope that you have that you're literally there.
Become a Pokemon
competing.
master within a year. Yeah, love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I do not think so. I do not think so.
No. I'd like to. I would have liked to enter the video game tournament, like when it was Sword and Shield. I would have had a team that I could have used and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna go to Melbourne and just be there for like pretty much the day and come back.
Yeah.
Maybe a night, but yeah. I didn't. COVID happened.
Yep. Rest is history.
Rest is history. Yeah. Never get another chance to now. I'll have to make sure my kids become Pokemon masters, and I'll take them. That's when I can go.
Yeah, that's all right. Just live through them again.
Yep.
And done.
I'll be like Brock's dad. It's like, no, son. I just had to disappear because I felt so ashamed. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
All right, Josh. Anything else you'd like to talk about before we head off?
No, that's all I had.
Well, I'm glad you brought them up. We've got a good excuse to talk about them. I sort of, we always used to talk about the news on the House of Mario, but when I became so anti-news, I literally didn't even think about bringing that up. So I'm glad you did.
Thank you.
Like I said, what a good co-host you are, Josh.
Yeah.
Like, hey Drew, what about this museum? Like, oh yeah, crazy stuff.
That's right. Fantasy Critic as well. Get onto that, Drew. Start bidding on some games.
Yeah, whenever I go on, it doesn't let me. I've got to go on at a specific time. Then it says...
Yeah,
you
do
know
it
what I mean?
now
Like,
before Thursday.
Before Thursday, yeah. Whenever I go on, it's like, oh, look, you got to wait till then. But I just completely forget about it when it's time.
Yeah. That's fair. That's when the public bids come out, and then you can't bid on other games while the public bids have been announced until Sunday morning.
What have I got left to bid on? Jesus Christ.
You've got so much money, and you've got like 6 slots you need to fill in still. You got the Plucky Squire coming out in September. That's good.
Yeah, okay.
You need
So
to
that's
drop Avowed, though.
Yeah, I need to do yeah, that got delayed. That needs to... Did anybody stop me from doing that, though? Did anybody counteract that?
No, you can drop it.
Okay, good. Good on you, Xbox. I'm glad you delayed it, but I'm also like, for the fantasy critic, not so good, mate. No, yeah. Tricky stuff.
Yeah.
But, all right, everybody. Thank you very much for listening to the House of Mario, episode 284. Like I said at the start of the show, leave a review if you enjoyed. If you got this far, let me know by leaving a comment in the YouTube comments or just on Twitter. I don't know, used the hashtag the House of Mario Pokemon Worlds. I don't know. Something simple. Easy. We just talked about that. THOM Pokemon Worlds. Use the hashtag. Do it. Otherwise, I'll do a backflip off of a skyscraper into a net, of course, but I'll still be scared, so don't let me do it. But until next time, guys, the doors to the House of Mario, they're closed. Catch you later.